Today, I'm going to show you exactly what to plant in Florida to get exactly what you want. I'm going to give you 10 plants that give you food, beauty, privacy, protein, healing, and energy. So wherever you live in Florida, up north, central Florida, South Florida, or anywhere in a warm climate, let's say zone 8, 9, 10, 11, this video is going to be for you. So welcome back to Grow Fit Florida. I'm Jermaine, and let's get right into it. If you want butterflies flying in your backyard, I highly suggest that you plant yourself some passion fruit. Passion fruit in zones 9B through 11, it's a perennial. It's an annual with some frost protection if you're in zone 7 to 9. And if you want butterflies just flying through your yard, if you want your kids to hold out their hands like this, have butterflies flying up to it, that's what we do. And our kids love it. Passion fruit is an easy way to attract butterflies. Passion fruit not only tastes great, you can use it for a variety of different cakes, cookies, drinks. You can just eat the passion fruit. It's a delicious fruit to have. It's like growing candy in your backyard. Delicious. It's one of the most tropical fruits that you can plant. Delicious. The flowers are beautiful. Have you ever seen a passion fruit flower? It doesn't even look like it's from this world. It looks like it's from some alien planet that was just brought here. It's beautiful flowers. Also, we've all read that book, I'm sure, The Hungry Caterpillar to our children before. That book is real because caterpillars will put holes throughout your entire passion fruit vine. It's going to happen. The more caterpillars you get, the more holes you're going to see throughout your vine. You're going to see it's going to happen. But I think it's a good trade-off to have those beautiful butterflies flying throughout your yard because they're going to help pollinate other things, and it's just nice to have. And if you've ever been to a butterfly garden and you're like, I really would like that beauty in my backyard, you can bring it in your backyard with some passion fruit. That's what we did, and we have a lot of butterflies, and it's something that our kids like, and we enjoy it too. Next up, if you want some protein, I suggest you plant yourself some pigeon peas. Now, pigeon peas are perennial in zones 9 through 11, and they're annual in zones 7 through 8. Pigeon peas are one of the most just underrated protein sources that you can grow. People just sleep on it, and they constantly do, but you're not. They produce these edible packed protein pods that also help fix your soil. It's a nitrogen fixing plant. And there's one plant in your garden. It's easy to grow, it's drought tolerant, and it keeps producing even in the heat. So you're going to get your protein. You're going to be able to use these peas in so many meals. Like, you guys go to the store and you buy your pigeon peas. You could grow them in your backyard. It's an excellent crop to plant. You need to up your protein and you want to get some protein in your backyard, pigeon peas. Next up on this list, if you want yourself some privacy in your backyard, I'm going to suggest you plant yourself some areca palms. Areca palms are perennial in zones 10 to 11, and they survive in 9B with microclimates and a little bit of protection. If you're looking for one of the fastest growing tropical trees that turn your yard into just an oasis, something that we go to resorts and you're like, I wish I had this at my house. This looks so nice. You can put that in your backyard with areca palms. They're beautiful. They survive in the heat. They survive storms. You're giving your backyard this nice resort type of vibe. Sure, you're not going to get food from them. You're not eating from this plant, but you're bringing so much life to your backyard. You're bringing so much joy of just actually coming in your food forest, and you're like, wow, this is nice. I can't believe I live here. So you can bring your resort to your backyard. Another thing about areca palms that we've discovered is after about 30 days, your first 30 days of getting them in the ground, you really have to do nothing. You water them heavily for the first 30 days, and after that, you really don't have to do too much with these areca palms if you're planting them in the right zone, especially if you're zone 10, 11, 12. They just, they take care of themselves. You're going to have to prune these if you don't want them to get too wild and too crazy. They grow fast, they grow wide, they grow tall. The only downfall, if any, I would say is areca palms aren't like other palm trees that self-clean. You're going to want to prune these. You're going to have to prune them. Now, when they do take any type of cold damage, you'll see the fronds on them. They might turn like white or the yellow. Some people like to take them off, but we actually really like that look when you have the different color fronds. I don't know. It's a nice, I don't know. It gives a nice look for us. So we keep them on. That's not why we prune them, just because we like them to go up and not as bushy wide at the bottom. So we like ours to go up like that, just like how you see it at the resort. So get yourself some areca palms. They're also one of the cheapest palm trees that you can buy. You can get these 3-gallon areca palms pretty much at any big box store or any nursery, and they're like $29.99 or $39.99. And a 3-gallon will grow so quickly. In 2 years, you're gonna have yourself a 8-9 foot palm tree in your backyard. In 3 to 5 years, you're gonna have yourself 15 to 20 foot palm tree wide, giving you privacy. So they're fast growers. Just a no-brainer, areca palms. Now, number 4 is a Grow Fit Florida, just staple plant you guys already know. If you want energy, you gotta get yourself a moringa plant. Moringa is a perennial in zones 9 to 11, and it's an annual in zone 7 to 8. So you can put it in a pot, bring it indoors, just keep it away from the cold. Now, they call moringa the tree of life for a good reason, because it's packed with protein, amino acids, vitamins, antioxidants. It is just loaded with everything that your body needs. You can tea this, which we do pretty much daily. You can eat the leaves straight off the tree. They give you pods. I'm gonna show some of the pods. We have some pods on our trees right now happening. And you can take those pods and you can eat them. You can take those seeds, you can plant, get yourself some more moringa. It is just, the whole tree is edible. It is just a fantastic tree to plant. It's going to give you energy. So when you eat this moringa, it's going to give you that vitality. You guys know I've done so many videos on moringa. I've read the comments from you guys on moringa and how it's healed all of you. It's healed me as well, my family, and it's healed all of you. There's nothing better to get in your backyard established. If you only can pick one tree, it's moringa. So if you want some natural energy and you're tired of the Red Bulls, or you don't want to keep putting back coffee constantly, now I'm a coffee drinker too, but moringa. Now, if you want multiple meals from one plant, then just a no-brainer. Get yourself some sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are a perennial in zones 8 to 11, and it's an annual in zones 3 to 7. Sweet potatoes are a survival crop. You can eat the roots, you can eat the leaves, the vines, build soil health while giving you calories. Now, you guys know, I've said it before, I love eating the sweet potato leaves. They are delicious, and it grows so much easier than spinach. So if you're someone who likes to eat spinach, and you're sauteing your spinach up and you're putting it in different meals, but you can't grow it, it's kind of difficult for you in your zone, and you might not like to take stuff like longevity spinach, which I get. Sweet potato leaves, you can eat those sweet potato leaves, and they are delicious. Let me tell you this, and this is serious, real talk. If you take some sweet potato leaves and you cook those sweet potato leaves and you give them to just the average person, they're not going to know that it's not spinach. Seriously. Or they're going to be like, what did you do? This is delicious. So unless it's somebody that's all they eat is spinach, they're not going to even know the difference. So sweet potato leaves, they're packed with vitamins and minerals, and you can eat them 2 different ways. You can eat the sweet potato or the leaves. It is just a no-brainer. So if you need a crop that's going to feed you 2 different ways, easy to grow, you can just put it in your raised bed, put it in some buckets, or put it in the dirt, set it and forget it. Get yourself some sweet potatoes in the ground. Now, if you want something sweet and self-sustaining, sugarcane grows as a perennial in zones 9 to 11, and it's an annual in zones 8. Sugarcane gives you a clean, natural sugar that's right from the ground. You cut it once, it grows back over and over and over. You can juice it, you can chew it, you can turn it into syrup. It also works as a great windbreak for a lot of your smaller plants. You can use it as a privacy fence, this ornamental grass just growing up, and it's so simple. We love sugarcane, especially on those hot summer days. You're sitting beside the pool, you can just cut down a stalk and you can just give some out to the whole family, and you just chewing on some cane, and on a nice hot day, it's refreshing. It's going to give you that natural energy. Sugarcane has so many different vitamins and minerals that's actually good for your body. You hear sugarcane and you think that sugar bad. Not sugarcane. Now, I'm not saying that you should go out and just eat 10 stalks a day. Not saying that. Everything in moderation. That's how you have to live. Everything that we grow is in moderation. But sugarcane is a healthier alternative to a lot of the different things that you can get that's nowhere near good for you. So if you're thinking about, you want something sweet in your yard, something that grows fast, something that's simple, something that's has multiple ways to use it, sugarcane. And it's so many different varieties. We only grow 2 different varieties. We grow, I don't even know the names of them, so I apologize, y'all. We have a green variety and a purple variety. I don't even know the names of it. They're delicious. The green variety is delicious. The purple variety, we just put in the ground. And we have hundreds of stalks growing around the perimeter of our backyard. So get yourself some sugarcane. If you're looking for a kid-friendly snack, something that you can plant in your backyard that the kids would just love and easy for them to pick, even though it's gonna stain them, plant yourself some mulberries. Most places in the US can have mulberries in their backyard. It's zones 4 to 10, so most places can have some variety of mulberries. Mulberries are the easiest fruit tree that you possibly can grow. Kids love them. There's no peeling, no cutting. You just grab and eat them. They're loaded with antioxidants and nutrients. Just don't plant your mulberries too close near a driveway because they will stain your driveway. That's something you have to watch out for. So just try to plant it away from your driveway. I would even plant it away from your house because birds, they love mulberries and they get to picking and dropping and staining it everywhere. But mulberries is an excellent plant to grow. My favorite is the Thai dwarf mulberry, just because the mulberries are a little bit bigger and it just gives you a little bit more. Our kids' favorite is the everbearing mulberry tree, just because it's loaded 3, 4, 5 times a year, and it's just every single branch is just loaded with mulberries. And for them, they just enjoy going out there and picking so many in their hand that is their harvest. They love it. The birds love them too, like I said. So you want to plant yourself multiple mulberry trees, or just let your mulberry tree. I'm a big fan of pruning trees, not letting them get so big where only the birds can get the fruit. But for your mulberries, if you're not going to plant multiple trees and you find yourself the birds eating half of your harvest, you might want to let it get big. Let the birds get the top of the tree and you concentrate on the middle and below. So mulberries. So next up, if you want a true plant that you can just put it in the ground and forget about it, is cassava. Cassava is a perennial in zones 9B through 11, and it's an annual in zones 7 to 9. You have to harvest before frost. Cassava is just the definition of low maintenance survival food. You stick it in the ground sideways, you walk away, and it's tolerant to heat, drought, poor soil. When you harvest, you get these starchy roots that cook like potatoes. Cassava, pigeon peas, sweet potatoes, together, they can feed your family for the entire year. These are 3 crops that you put in the ground and they're going to just constantly feed you. Now, with cassava, you have to watch out because cassava plants, they grow up like trees. So all the goodness, I'm not gonna say all the goodness, because you can still eat the leaves, you can cook them up, but the goodness that you're trying to get from the cassava is below. So it's below the dirt, but what's coming up is going to be a big tree. It could be 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet tall. You don't have to let it get that tall, but those leaves on the cassava is like solar panels. So it's just like your papaya, when your papaya is getting nice and wide like that, and you see those big old leaves on it, those are solar panels, taking the sun and putting that energy into your fruit. With the cassava, is kind of like the same thing. Those big old solar panels is collecting all that energy, sending it right down, and you're gonna have some great big cassava. So you don't have to do anything with cassava. Put it in the ground, water it at the initial time that you put it in the ground, and let God take care of it from there. We live in Florida. You live in Florida, most likely. If you want something that's healing your skin, and if you have a big old food forest and you want something that's going to aid in your other plants where you're propagating and you're trying to multiply and just extend out your food forest, you have to plant yourself some aloe. Aloe is your first aid kit. It is your skin care. It's your backyard emergency plan in one plant. Now, aloe is a perennial in zones 9 to 11, and you can grow it in containers in zones 5 to 8 and just bring it indoors in the wintertime. Aloe is one of the most useful plants that you can grow. Sunburn aloe, bug bite aloe, propagating a fruit tree for cuttings aloe. Aloe is basically your plant version of whatever your issue is, it has you, it has your back. Now, last up, as I'm just scanning over our food forest and I'm just thinking about what would I make for that number 10, I'm gonna have to say peppermint, basil, either or. Peppermint or basil. And the reason why I say that is because number one, you have so many different uses for both. With basil, of course, you can use the herb in your kitchen to cook with. You can use it for different medicinal properties so that you can tea with it, and you can add it to other different type of plants and make tea. And you can also use basil just to detract other pests from getting to your food. Peppermint, another thing. Peppermint is excellent for teas. It's excellent in the kitchen. You can use it for a lot of different meals that you're making. And peppermint, again, is another plant that you put around by our guava trees. We have peppermint down there. And the reason why we have peppermint is because it helps keep those fruit flies away. If you've ever had guava and you pick guava, it makes your whole house smell tropical. Just one guava is like putting in 10 air fresheners, those plug-ins in the wall, and you're getting a smell from that. One guava in your house is going to give you that exact same smell, but much more tropical. So imagine you have 2 or 3, or imagine a tree with 50 or 100 or 500 guava on it. It drives fruit flies crazy. That smell is so strong. The only thing that we found that combat that smell is you put some peppermint. That peppermint is even stronger, or at least on par with it. And that peppermint helps keep those fruit flies away from your guava. So peppermint, basil, multi-uses. You can plant them around your food forest. I suggest, especially for the peppermint, you're gonna put that in a pot, because if you put peppermint in the ground, it just goes wild. If you want that, then fine. But if you don't want your peppermint to just grow everywhere and grow wild because you can't stop it, keep it in a pot. So many uses. Peppermint, basil, take your pick. Whichever one you want, take your pick. So if you want butterflies, privacy, more food, natural medicine, you have to plant these things with a purpose. Lawns, they look nice, but they don't serve a purpose. They don't feed your family or protect your health. Thank you all for watching. I hope this video just gave you an idea. You might say, oh, you know what? I do want that in my backyard. Let me go plant that. Or I didn't ever think about that. Let me go plant that. So this video was made just to help out, made with love, to all my Florida gardeners out there and all my gardeners everywhere. So Florida or not, if you're everywhere. So let's just keep gardening. Let's keep learning. Let's keep growing our own food, because the more we grow, the more we get in our backyard, the more security that we have. In the case of whatever the world throws at us, we know our houses, our backyard is going to be there for us. It's going to help us in those times. We're going to still go to the grocery store, especially if you have a smaller backyard. It's hard to grow everything you need, but that's not always the goal, just to grow everything. We're growing most things, and we're growing the things that we can't find in the stores. And we're growing the things that our family likes the most, and we're growing a lot of it to save ourselves some money. In those times where the world just gets crazier and crazier and we don't know what's going to happen, we know if something does happen, our backyard is ready for it. It's ready to keep us alive, and that's too weak. That's not good enough. Our backyard is going to help us thrive. Good times we're thriving, and bad times we're thriving in our backyard. So that's why we're growing all these things. I said it before, this isn't a hobby. This is no hobby. So, well, again, thank you guys for watching, and I wish you all the best. Until the next video, God bless.